If you can really take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
Easy. It was productive. It was exciting. They would never leave Mr. Hurt's advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof, because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom. So I believe that, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not gonna propose them. All this, mom, dad, I'm looking you in your face and say this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down, but I'm not gonna take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my word, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay?
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Sean Hurt, School Turnaround Specialist, with your Saturday morning podcast. Come on in, hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. I am doing a free NWA podcast this morning. So just come on in. I'm going to take 1 minute to get everybody in. I need leadership teams. I need principals. I need teachers. If you are an NWA school, or even if you want to even know about data, you must tune into this. I am going step by step. I'm giving everybody what they asked for. So come on in and hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. So I want to say good morning to you, Miss Linda Washington. Dr. Houston, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Jeter. Good morning. It's always a pleasure. Good morning, Miss Melissa. Good morning, Miss T. We got to connect. We got to connect soon. Come on in. I am bringing it. I'm bringing it. You asked for it. I'm giving it to you. So come on out with all my Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and also subscribe to my YouTube page. We're gonna take those subscriptions to the next level. So come on in. I'm gonna invite a couple more folks in, and we're gonna go ahead and jump, because I need all of my time for this. I need all of my time. Good morning, Dr. Tarver. Good morning, Ms. Moore. Good morning. Come on in and hit that share button. We need some love. We need every school in the United States, every school in the world should be tuning into this. I do this every year at this time. It is the fall data. I got to bring it together. I got to let the people know what's taking place. So come on in and hit that share button, and I'm going to be 1 more minute. I want to make sure all of my people are in, and you have time to be able to you need to get pencil and paper out, because it's going to be notes. You know how I do it. I do a PowerPoint style. So just give me 1 more second. I want to make sure I get everybody in. So just give me 1 more second. Yes, come on in and hit that share button. We're gonna go ahead and get ready. I'm excited about this one. I do this every year, and it's always, the feedback is so excellent. They say, Hurt, we cannot wait. So here we go. All right. I just want to add a couple more of my friends in. All right, just want to add a couple more of my friends in. So stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. I know it's nice outside. You say, "Hurt, it's nice outside." That's fine, but just come on in and you'll be able to enjoy your day. All right, I think I'm good. I'm good. Yes, good morning, Mr. Hicks, my good friend. Good morning, Principal Gofele, all the way from Jamaica. Much love to you and the wife. I know you guys are having a good time. I know you are. All right. So once again, Sean Hurt School Turnaround Expresses. As you can see, I am pumped up. I'm pumped up. I'm hyped up. I am ready. I am ready to be able to take this NWA data and use it to help support your schools. This is so important. Every year I've been doing this for the last 4 years. I always take time to be able to show you how to take your NWA and just align it to your state scores. This is the work I do. So by all means, if you need me to come in and support your school, I need you to just to inbox me. I'm passionate about the work. This week, I was just thinking about it. I said, what is my mission in life? What do I really want to accomplish from my podcast, my post in the morning? What do I really, really want to accomplish? And I was thinking about it. I was talking to my wife. I said, know what? I've said this, but I gotta say it again. I want to transform and fix every inner city and rural school that is struggling in the world. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm passionate about it. I study. I go to schools all around the world. That is what I want to, that is what I am going to do. I've been doing it consistently for the last 5 years as a consultant, and that's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm passionate about. That's what I'm going to do. So that's my mission. So that's why I am doing this work as we speak. As we speak, that's why I am on here about to give this free PD. About to give this free PD because I want to make sure that we understand it all. And not only that, but I'm gonna need you guys to bring me into your schools because, like I said, is one thing to do a 30-minute PD, but for me to come into your schools, I was in Indiana, and Mr. Matt Checker, the principal, he said, "Hurt, my teacher said your PD, your training, what you did for us for that one day was so impactful. You brought it down to a level that a third grader could understand." That's what I do. I want to teach to a point where you are out. I want to be able to break it down so simply, so easy that the next day you can say, all right, I'm going to transform my school. I'm going to be able to raise student achievement from the principal standpoint to the AP, to the coaches, to the teachers, to the students, to the parents. That's what I'm going to do. So enough about that. I'm not even going to do any housekeeping notes. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go straight to it. I'm gonna give you about 20 more seconds to be able to get your people in. You need to get your people, and this is non-negotiable. Get your people in. Say, Hurt, I got my leadership team, and I'll post it all on Wednesday. Leadership team. So all right. So I got 22 minutes. Let's go ahead and jump in it. NWEA map. If you are a school, this is what we're doing. So I'm doing PowerPoint style. All right. I'm passionate about this work. I am passionate. Boy, I could not sleep last night. I said, know what? I'm looking over my slides. I'm looking over this. I'm looking over that, making sure that everything is correct. All right. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. And I'm going to wait because there's a lag. I want to make sure that everybody sees this. I got a couple of screens going, so I want to make sure all my Facebook and all of my people are in. All right, okay, cool. So we're all good. All right, all right. Good morning, Dr. Stacy Ann. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. All right. So the first thing that you do, all right, before I get started, you say, Hurt, what makes you this guru? I do not work for NWEA MAP, but I've used that at all of my schools for the last 13 years. I work with schools that use it, and the schools that I've worked with, the principals, they're on here. They have been blessed to have at least 1.3 years worth of growth in math and reading at the end of the year based on them attending my seminars, me coming and do the work. When I was a principal, I used it. We have some of the highest growth and student achievement in the state of Michigan and also on the national level. So you say, Hurt, why should I listen to you? Because of that right there. I'm proven, I've done the work, I've been in that seat. So the first thing that you got to do, everybody, is this. You have to get the 2020 norms chart. This is what you're looking at, okay? Every 5 years, NWA will change their norms chart. I'm not going to get into it, but every 5 years. So sometimes schools have the 2015. You have to have the 2020 norms chart. And another what? 2 more years to have 2025. So that's the first thing. Well, Hurt, where do I get this from? Where do I get this from? Where do I get this from? You can just go ahead and get it online. Just type in 2020 NWA norms chart, okay? And when you type it, print it out. And what I did as a principal, my next staff meeting, I printed this out for all of my teachers. And in addition to that, I had them put it up in their classroom, and also I had it blown up in the hallway because visuals are always important, okay? So now we got that. Yes. He's the NWA guru. Thank you. Hey, I just love the work that I do. I just know that NWA and your state scores. See, I'm not just talking about. I'm talking about you. We're bringing it together. Will allow your scores to go through the roof. And then as teachers, I'm going to give you tools, principles. These are the things that you must have. All right. So the next thing that you do is this. This is called the school summary report. Let me get my notes. The school summary report. This is so important because it lets you know as a school, I'm talking about the school level, at a high level, where you rank at among the nation. Okay. You can, so what it is that you have your fall scores, and then if you take it 3 times a year, you will have your winter scores. So you can have a school summary report from fall to winter and from fall to spring. I'm gonna say this again: fall to winter and from fall to spring. This is fall to winter. Why is it so important for you to look at your winter? Because it will tell you if you are on pace to meet your end of the year goals. It will explain to you the grade levels and the subject areas that's moving in the right direction and the ones that's not, and the ones that's moving in the wrong direction. You want to be able to pivot, put it down, pivot in the middle of the year to be able to see, okay, if we keep doing what we're doing, these are the results that we're going to get. A lot of times we don't stop in the middle of the year, December and January, that's the middle of the school year, to see exactly if what we're doing is working, if our after school program is working, if our Title I and Title II things are working. If all of these things are working, this is how you look at it. There is no other way. If you're in a district, this is the only way to look and stop. It's sort of like losing weight. I always say this: if I'm trying to lose 100 pounds in 10 months, I'm losing 100 pounds in 10 months. Follow me very closely. I don't wait till after the 10 months to get on a scale to say, okay, did I lose it? Usually you get on a scale every week, and then at the end of the month, but you want to stop at the 5 months to say, okay, am I on pace? Okay, I lost 50 pounds. So if I keep doing what I'm doing, that means I'm gonna lose 100 pounds at the end of the 10 months. But if I get on a scale in 5 months and I only lost 15 pounds, that means I have to adjust. I have to pivot my workout. Maybe it's my eating. Maybe it's what I'm doing. Dr. Shiki Houston, could you chime in? Because every day, Dr. Houston will post her workout, and you are motivating me, Dr. Houston. Much love to that. So Dr. Houston can attest to it. We get on a scale to see if we lost weight, inches, things of that nature. Well, you say, Hurt, how does this relate to this right here? You have to get on the academic scale. You have to pull this up in the wintertime to say where I'm at. So I'm going to break down a grade for you. So let's look at 3rd grade. All right. And I'm going to take 3 minutes because this is important. 3rd grade, you have 28 students. This is 28 students in the class, growth count. Your mean RIT was 177.6. The reason why you have your norms RIT thing is because the norms will tell you where are the kids coming at on a national level? Are they at grade level, below grade level, above grade level? You can say, okay, I got third grade reading. They're coming in at a first grade level. So if I am the principal of a school, I'm like, okay, the kids are coming in 2 years behind. Standard deviation, I talk about that all of the time. So I'm going to stop right there. If the standard deviation is 11 or higher, this is non-negotiable, you must have a lot of differentiated instruction that has to take place at the high school level, middle school level, and elementary level. Why? Because it's saying that you have a lot of different learners in that grade level and also in that class. And if you do whole group instruction, you will not be able to see growth in the classroom. Why is my students, why as a teacher, why am I not seeing the growth that I'm expecting? Why I'm not seeing the kids learning the way I know that I put in my time and effort? It is not that you're not working hard, but you're not working smart. If the standard deviation is 13.6, well, I have to look at my lesson. Now I'm in my bag, and as I'm teaching, I must somehow have small group learning taking place during my 90-minute or 120-minute reading lesson. That's why I talk about it. I'm not going to get in it, but that's why I kind of talk about it during that time. Now I'm going to stop. Tell me if this is sounding good. Let me know if this is sounding good. Let me know if this is sounding good. The next thing is this, percentile. If I'm coming in at the 10th percentile, that's saying that I'm at the 10th percentile nationwide. Now, I want to be able to go from the 10th percentile, this is the percentile nationwide. I need to say, all right, how can I improve it? So now we have the winter time. So our RIT score is 189. We went from 177 to 189. Standard deviation is still 13.2. That's fine. Don't worry about that. It's just letting you know that we have to have differentiating instruction taking place. So as a principal, listen, I'm talking to principals. I got about 25 principals on here. When you are going into the classroom to do your 5-minute walkthroughs, which I've been talking about it, push for the teachers to have different instruction. If you're seeing whole group instruction, at the end of the day that the teacher is going to be hard for the teacher to reach the needs. I'm saying this. I've been doing this for 14 years. Former teacher. You cannot do anything. This is what the data is saying. So now this is what's taking place. Follow me. The percentile ranking in the nation went from the 10th percentile to the 27th percentile. So now I can say as a principal, my grade level is moving in the right direction. This is my mid-year point. So I am very happy. So I'm telling my third grade reading teachers, keep doing what you're doing because the data is saying that we are moving in the right, we're losing weight. So the projected growth, this is what NWA say, the projected growth was 7.5. Everything everything that NWA gives you for projection will always equal out to a year's worth of growth. Follow me what I'm about to say. If you do what NWA say, you will grow a year. But the problem is that I work with many schools all around the world. If your grade level is 2 years behind, 3 years behind, growing a year is not going to close that gap. You must grow. You must do more than a year. That's why for me, my goal was to do 1.5 years worth of growth in both subject areas and 65% or more of my kids to meet the end of the year growth targets. So consequently, if the projected growth, I'm right here, was 7.5, the observed growth, what did this grade level actually do was 12 RIT scores. They grew 12 RIT scores. So that means for the 15-week period of time from September to January, everything that we did every day, my classroom observations, my PLCs and everything like that worked because I saw growth. Now, if this school, so consequently, instead of doing 7.5, they did 5 RIT scores more. That's why they went from a 10 to a 27. If they would have did 7.5 or 7.6, they would have probably, their percentile ranking would have went from a 10 to 11 or 10 to 12. But by them going above and beyond, what the projected growth. That's why they did what they did. You saying, Hurt, well, whose school is this? Who you're looking at? Whose school is this? Is my school. My school. This is my data as a principal. That's why I know what I'm. That's why I know what I'm talking about. This is my school. Sean Hurt, the person you're talking to, this is my school data a couple of years ago. All right. Now, you say, Hurt, woo, woo, that reading, yes, this is me. Now, the school conditional growth percentile. This particular grade, or my grade, I'm about to brag, I got to give myself some love, was at the 99th percentile. There was no grade level from fall to winter that had the most growth than my school. We're at the 99th percentile nationwide, comparing apples to apples. So all of the third graders that came in at a 177 rich score, we compare them to everybody else, we grew the most, 99th percentile. So usually you want your school conditional growth percentile to be at a 60 or higher. Man, I said I was going to stay on this for 3 minutes. I'm just going at it. But this is so important. That's why I say this is so important, because if you don't have this, you don't know where you're going. All right. Next, so you want to be at 60 or higher right here. 60 or higher. 60 or higher. School conditional growth percentile. Write it down. Write it down. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You schools that bring me in, they know who they are. We are killing the game. They are going to a whole nother level because they say, Her, come on in, talk to my teachers. Let's do it for a year. And now I got schools report card grades going from a D to a B, from a C to an A. I got schools going from the off the priority list, and they're getting all these awards because we are working together. All right. Next thing is this: 28 kids in the school, 28 kids in this particular grade, 20 kids met or exceeded the mid-year growth. So that's 71%. Usually you want to be at 65 or higher for percentage. 65 or higher. Our goal is as a school to be at 65%. So we're at 75% in the middle of the year. If we keep doing what we're doing, we will be able to move the needle. And that's what we did. But I did not wait to the end of the year. I opened up the school summary report. I looked at this thing in January. Not only did I look at it, but my next data meeting, I had everybody in my building. Everybody, when I say everybody, and we looked at it. Custodians, art teacher, gym teacher, people that everybody has a direct impact on student achievement. But I wanted everybody in the school to know about it. We took 2 hours and we just went over this right here. I didn't unpack anything else. 2 hours, and we looked over our reading and our math. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop right there. Man, y'all giving me love. Listen, hit that share button. I have about 7 more minutes. Jesus, hit that share button. Hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. Hit that share button. Much love to everybody. Next thing is this. Man, I have about 25 more slides in 7 minutes. So I'm, hey, it is what it is. Next thing that I want you to do, thank you, Pastor Vaughn, for hitting that share button. Much love to you. Thank you, Miss Stevens. Next thing you say, Hurt, you're giving shout outs. You got to get to it. All right. Next report that you do is you do a thing called a grade report or class report. Grade report or class report. Okay. Now, this report is so important because in the fall, you will see exactly where you're at. Let me break it down, and then I'm gonna stay on here. I'm not even gonna rush through this. No need to, because we got to get it. All right. This class had 19 students in the class. Follow me very closely. I'm right here. Look at my cursive. The mean RIT, that's the average RIT score, was 171. Don't worry about the median RIT. We're not going to go there. Know what? Yes, we are. Median RIT. Some schools got to talk about the median RIT. The median RIT is right here. But now I want to talk about the standard deviation. The standard deviation is 12.6 for the fall. So that means, look here, listen. This teacher has to have differentiated instruction. I am going to, know what? If you want to inbox me and you need me to show you how to do that, I have video. I got video on what that looks like, but you have to have differentiated instruction. Why is the standard deviation 12.6? Well, let's go right here to the colors. Look at the colors. So you have 4 kids in low, 5 kids in low average, 4 kids in average, 5 kids in high average, and 1 kid in high. So you see this classroom right here is distributed among all of these categories. So usually when we do whole group instruction, we stay right in the average. We don't go too low. We don't go too high. So a lot of teachers, we're teaching to these 4 kids. Follow me. Oh man, I'm saying something good. We're teaching to these 4 kids in the average from the 41st to the 60th percentile. So we neglect these 9 kids in low average, and then we neglect these 6 kids in high average and high. Not because we want to, but we've been trained to do whole group. And then the schools that are moving, they're saying, all right, we're going to do about 30% whole group, but we got to get them in small groups. We got to get them in small groups to reach it. Now, let's go right here. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. This 8 is saying that 8 students coming in the fall are at or above the grade level mean rent. 8 students, right? Follow me very closely. Follow me very closely. So that means if they took I got people from Mississippi, Atlanta, South Carolina, Texas, Michigan. If they took your state test, 8 kids will have an 80% chance of being proficient on the state test. That's what this is saying. Now I have my calculator. 8 divided by 19 is 42. So 42% of the kids coming into the door are at or above grade level. Look, it's telling you. So now what we're doing is that we need to make sure that we set a goal for the winter time for this particular class first. So if I'm at 42%, where do I want to be at the winter time and where do I want to be at the end of the year? And what we're doing is that you have to link your district goal, your district right here, this is your district, to where you was at last year on your state assessment for reading. For math. This is math. You have to look at last week I talked about it. What were you at last year for your state assessment? So if I was at 65% of math and now I'm coming at 42%, I need to have a goal for that. All right. Man, I have 1 more minute. So let me go over these bubble kids and I'm gonna be done. Because I want to make sure that I give Dr. Houston, Creighton, and Educate 1030 their time. So now, real quick, it's 8 kids. You know what? Let me stop right there because I'm not going to, because it's going to take me a little bit more time. It's going to take me a little bit more time. So let me stop right there. I don't want to get into that other part. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Next week, I'm going to do part 2. Well, I want everybody in here, promise, and I want you to put it in your chat. I want everybody in here to bring somebody else to this PD and your leadership team. That means if I'm a principal, I am on Monday saying, listen, we're going to watch this video that Mr. Hurt just did. And next Saturday at 10 o'clock, I'm bringing about 6 of my teammates with me. If I'm a principal, if I'm a superintendent, I'm telling all of my principals, all 15, 20, you need to be on here. All right. That's what you have to do. That's what somebody said, Ms. Wells, thank you. I will. Because if this benefited you as a person, and I still got 15 more slides, but I'm not rushing through it. I'm not going to do that. That's wrong. Then you need to bring your team. The other thing is that I do professional development for schools. This is part of my workshop. I'm just doing a vast PD on just data. If you want me to come in and look at your data and not just look at it, but link it, set goals, work with your teachers to do it right, this is what I do. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. I'm working with 9 schools. I'm going to Oakland. I'm gonna be in Oakland, California tomorrow. I'm flying out tomorrow. I'll be there for a couple of days. But inbox me so we can go ahead and make this thing work. All right. You know my passion. I need to fix every inner city and rural school. So if I got 15 schools on here, inbox me. Inbox me and say, Herb, how can we make this work? How can you come in and work with my leadership team on a consistent basis to help to move this needle. I don't want anybody at the end of the year in Michigan. I got about 5 schools in Michigan. I got about on here. I don't want nobody in Michigan saying, Mr. Hurt, I was not ready for the M-STEP test. I was not ready for PSAT. I don't want nobody in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the work I'm doing. So hit that share button. Go over to Create and Educate at 10:30. They're about to get started. Thank you for the love. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Give me feedback. Let me know how I did. Hurt. I loved it. I loved it. So thank you very much. Bring your friend next week. Bring your team. See you next week. Thanks. And let's have a blessed week. Oakland, California. I'll be in the house.